All right. We are. Let me fix this one back. Okay, let's see if this works now. All right. It's not gonna work. I'll just have to display. All right, back to where we started. Okay, so you swept Asia highs right here. So we're pushing higher. We just so we push into premium and discount, and we subbed Asia highs all in one. So we set this high. We're starting to kind of reject from it. I don't want to be too overzealous and be looking to get a short out of here already, but a failure at this high, SMT between ES and NQ, this could be potentially something here. Only thing is what we have this inverse here, unless we go down to a smaller time frame. This inverse here at 21. That'll also give us some market structure shit. Targeting, we could target the low of this candle. Also, we have this lows, but that would be if this triggered here. I don't exactly favor this because honestly, I'd prefer us to move up to here, which is at standard deviation, but we do have the SMT because ES hasn't swept its one or Asia highs yet. And let's mark this out just so you can see it. So ES has about 17 more points for its Asia highs. It's looking like Nasdaq is a stronger name, and wants to continue up, ES is a weaker name. Nothing to do but be patient right now. So yeah, Nasdaq's trying to hold up. ES is extremely weak. It's giving up on life, one could say. The S&P to the downside might give the juice for the move up, honestly. Because then we also have this premium discount, smaller one. Yeah, I think we just made a little small SMT. I think this wants to continue up. Tight range for open though. Pretty tight range. So there goes another SMT. I wonder if the indicator's gonna print that. Then you see price start moving. The fact that we swept A to high. Starting to consolidate. It's not a good sign for buyers. Plus this SMT printing. We might have to click the short. It might just make sense. This long here, down here was nice. I might just have to stop sleeping and trade from 12 to like 12 to 6 or, 12 to 3, find my entry, then go to sleep. Because one thing that's been like pretty consistent that I've been able to see is sweeping Asia's lows and then going for Asia's highs. Like, boom, let's say if you're up for this trade, sweep Asia's lows here, keep trading lower. You see this get placed in here. Where's that fair value got? So yeah, just sleep those lows here. You can even be looking at this fair value. You got the 15. Be looking at this small 5 minute. That's really tiny though. I think your best bet to be looking at this this combined 3 minute. Play stops will enter like here. You target those Asia highs. Or even if you play stops at the low. It's a 3-hour trade right there, boys. Hit as soon as the market open. Done. Done with the day. Gone. So boom, not gotta worry about this. SMT held, now we're trading it higher. Like I said, I don't mind higher. This is where I want to be looking short from anyway. Now, if we would have traded into this premium discount, we could have looked to get into this move up, but did it happen? ES is going for its Asia highs. ES hesitating at Asia highs. Can I say I'm surprised? R? There we go. ES sub Asia highs. So another thing with the standard deviation projection, -1, -1.5, we could look for reaccumulation before we move up to 2 to 2.5. So we could also be looking to catch the reaccumulation out of this. Daily chart, what makes sense? Taking out this wick makes sense to me on the daily chart. Taking out this SMT. So higher can be an argument. Higher could be valid. Because right now at this very moment, I don't see a solid short setup. I mean, there's SMT right here between this hourly, but it's like hold up. much. I want the best SMT indicator. See, this one catches some SMGs that this one doesn't, but then this one catches some SMGs that the other one doesn't. I just want one that catches both SMGs. Is that too much to ask for? That's all I want. All I want is one that catches both SMGs. Looks how good. Can you do that? Can you do that for me? See, it didn't even catch this SMG. This one caught this little internal SMG. Oh my gosh. This one didn't catch this SMG. You know, we'll go with on my TFL. Sorry, Josh Shu. Play 5 for your accumulation. this one. I'm kind of just waiting for 10 o'clock, honestly. Not much to do here. Price just continuing to price higher. Came in, swept this 5-minute low, continued up. Kind of figured this could continue higher. Especially with this SMT here that printed. So you have SMT, small SMT printing at this high. At this point, we have what? About 4 minutes until 10. No reason to force anything yet. Do have SMC though. Maybe this hourly sweep looks a little cleaner. I'll probably take us up to the purple line too. Just about. I'll stick to my 15 though. Right. Technically, this would actually be right here. We'll take the hourly. We'll take the hourly. Hourly, just SMC is just a little cleaner. Not SMC, but swing was a little cleaner. So we violate this premium discount. Asia high taken out. Okay, clean up charts a little bit. What's a strong hourly candle? I'm just gonna let the market work right now. It's nothing for me to do yet. All right, we got 7 o'clock now. No, what we're looking to do is 7 o'clock. We're looking to be within the wick of the new 4-hour candle. So when you look at this, right, it's probably a good chance that we're going to continue up higher at some point. Probably go for this wick right here. Probably going to be a high probability target. So what we want to do is we want to see this candle start to trade lower a little bit, trade into the body of this candle. And when it does that, we're going to be looking to be inside of the wick of this current candle to catch the rest of the expansion up into here. That's what I'm looking at right now. Even to take out this higher time frame SMT. So I want to see it trade a little bit lower. And as we're looking to trade lower, could be looking to take one of these fair value gaps for our entry. Just looking for some stuff to start to line up. No, I'm just kidding. I'm really chilling. You know, price is just doing its thing, reaching higher. Has to give me anything I wanted. Yet, you could argue that if you're already looking bullish, could have took this fair value gap tap, but I don't. I mean, I'm not gonna say people didn't take that, but I didn't. Looks like we're gonna make our way right up to this target up here. Mm, 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 mm. All right, let's see if this one printed S&T. No, no. The thing is with this, we could take this 1 minute tap in this fair value gap and have the potential to be very early, or we could blast through this, go up another 20 points, and tag into our actual area we're looking for. I think the only thing, if we do miss this, 7R trade. Do we click it? I clicked it. I don't know if it went through. I don't think I want to click it actually. I think it might just save me. Yeah, I think I got saved, honestly. Okay, so we could have got tagged down right there. All right, let's make a deal. ES takes us high, NQ doesn't. We'll look at what's cooking up. Let me check something real quick. Yeah, I don't think I actually clicked it. Okay. Come on, ES, tick the high. So we're struggling at this high, but there's a chance we just start to blow through here. You know what? I might click. I might click it. My better judgment's telling me don't. I clicked it. I clicked it. Just let the boys know and the gals. So like I said, there is a chance that we could break back over this high. Stops over this right here. We don't want to see this get taken out. We take out, we inverse that. We're probably gonna trade into that. Then we can look for another trade in there. But there's just a chance that we go down from here. I just have to take it. New SMT formed also. So with the new SMT formed, if we could turn around and start trading lower, I would love that. We also might just go blast through this high. Stopped out on that. So now at this point, most likely gonna just trade into here now. So that was a small loss. It's very minimal. Now we wait for this area up here. All the losses were that's gonna be easy to recover. Honestly, it's like not sweating that at all. Took it with small sizing. Small sizing. Tight stop. Alright, let's go tag into that area, Nasdaq. No need to keep playing. Like, this isn't what I want. I don't want this now. I want us in here first. Okay, we tapped into it. Let's go. Turn on the algorithm. Mm. Oh, we haven't tapped into it yet. Also, if you would have ended up at 4 in the morning, another good trade. Into this fair value gap. Expansion into this 2.5. It's quite literally a 400-point trade. Got another SMT in here. It's not the same level that same level of SMT that I like though. Fading higher and higher and higher and higher and higher. kicking at 6 a.m. We have this SMT on the hourly chart. Come on, NASDAQ, cook something up for me, twin. This might end up having to be the trade right here. I'm gonna have to go with the 15-minute. A little bit of a higher stop. I don't like that big stop loss. Excuse me. This might be the early short opportunity when we inverse this fair value gap. I think this is gonna be more about finding the right entry time where entry would be safe to not get stopped out. I kind of like this right here. But would it be better if we had an internal SMT? Like if ES goes, takes out that wick, NASDAQ stalls, and then we get it. I think from a lot of perspectives, it makes sense for us to start to trade lower here. Now we're not looking for a full reversal, just a nice little pullback to right here. Jeez. It's like, does this pullback area make sense to the market? Yes. Right here. You know what? Ha 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 ha. Silly me. Spiked low. So the universe at fair value got. We did it quickly. So I was debating on just clicking it too. Let's see. It should come back honestly at this point. Shouldn't just get left there without it. Got our limits placed in the market. And this would be our break even point right here. What do we want to see? This is very, very, very tiny. Fair value gap. I don't even know if we could call this a fair value gap at this point. We'll just take it off. We don't need it on there. so look at this trade, right? Well, we don't even need full TP right here. It's about 3R, tight stop. So let's look at this trade, right? Right. Why are we in this? So swing, took out liquidity, standard deviation projection, -2, 2.5, midpoint of -2 to 2.5. We have a 15-minute candle, swept the high, came back in, closed under it. We have hourly SMT between ES and NQ. Also at this high, I'm looking for this to hold through. We're inside the wick of the 4-hour candle, where we're looking for this to pull back and give a bottom wick, because we barely left the bottom wick. We have a couple things going for us, and at this point, we're just letting the trade play through. We break through this low, we should be good to go to target. If not, we come back, we inverse this, and we continue higher for the rest of the day. And I'm not interested, honestly, because we're probably just gonna go for this, and then who knows what we do at that point. At this point, we just let the trade play out. At this point, we just let the market do its thing, let our edge work, and we take a very understandable loss. So off to a nice start. This right here, if I was to close here, which I'm not going to do, but let's say we just close, we've made back our loss for the day, 100% with that little early entry. But I want to let this play out. I think that with where the 15-minute chart is, we've got a pretty good entry. We're in a pretty good place. This hourly is forming this wick. Once this candle turns under here, if it turns under here, we should be good to at least sell off to right here. And then, excuse me, maybe right the premium discount from this swing up. And put it here. We got more room from this one, but look at it from this swing, from here to here. You know, this makes sense. Makes sense for this to be our target and for us to trade into here. If this holds and it goes through this wick high, like I said, we're probably just going to keep pricing higher. And price doesn't have much for me to want to look at today. We might tap into this fair value gap, look to turn it into lower. That's fine with me. Like I said, as long as this wick doesn't get taken out, we're good. We're placed at the high of this 4-hour candle. There's no better place to really be placed in for a long. Only thing that could really throw us off is if we come up in SMT with ES. That would be a little annoying. Which it is, it could be a possibility. But only the market knows what it wants to do. And also, we wouldn't want to see this fair value gap inverse anyway. We want to see we tapped into it. Now I want to see that hold through. I want to see this hold. There we go. That's the type of tap and whip we want. Now I want to see this trade lower and close under this low here. Continue us to the downside. It's not the kind of 5-minute we want it though. Also prefer we could close on the 15. We could hourly close. Would be preferred. That's what we like. These bearish should be getting respected. Mm-mm-mm. So we're looking. What we don't want to see is a push higher into the hourly close. You say we want this wick to be our high, especially with this SMT here. So kind of like ES might want to go for a tie. We want Nasdaq to not do the same. I'm fine with ES taking the high as long as Nasdaq doesn't take this wick out. Like I said, win, lose, or draw. After this trade, we are done. We didn't want to see this inverse. We want to see Nasdaq start to come back inside more. So we got the new hourly candle finna open. What we don't want to see is a push up with the new hourly. Want to see it start to trade lower. Respect this fair value gap. This bearish fair value gap. This SIBI. And start to push us lower. Get us up out of here. Take this off. Don't need the Fs. Okay, new hourly candle. Yep, start to trade us lower. That's exactly what we want. We want this hourly wick to hold. Looking for this SMT up here to hold. Let's go. So we didn't inverse its fair value gap. That's a good sign. We held the fair value gap. Now you want to see it start to sell lower. Not a good look. If this holds up here, we might go and push for the high. Especially with how long this is taking, we would have wanted to see this kind of start to make its move down already. Looking like we might S&T with Nasdaq being the one to take the high out. Not what we wanted. Yeah, it's looking like we probably are going to go for this wick now at this point. We would have wanted to see the continuation off of this wick right here. The market chose not to do that. It slipped lower and it starts to continue higher. If we want to inverse this new for right, you got. I'm nothing against that. If we want to form this and inverse it, like I said, this high, I just don't want to see it taken out. Now, the probability of the high getting taken out is a lot higher up here, especially with ES kind of being the one to lag. I'd be okay with this move up if ES took this out, then we started to lag, but ES didn't take its high out, and NASDAQ is relatively closer to taking its high out, so we gotta be honest with ourselves here and say we're not in the best position, especially with that stab. That stab earlier, if this is be 2Ls on the day, so that would be all for me today. So I would much prefer us take out this, but like I said, it's looking like we're inching up. We have a little very, very small internal SMT here. There we go. What this could be, it could be this hourly wick being formed. I wouldn't mind that if we turn back lower. But with us being so close to this wick, it's just probably a high chance we're going to take it out. I think the worst part about it is if this gets stopped and we SMT here, then that'll probably be the one to sell off. So, for following my rules, I would have to watch the market do what I was waiting for it to do all morning. So I'd much rather prefer us not to do that. Sell off here. Inverses fair value up, start to go lower. These buyers aren't letting up here. Pretty relentless here. Nope. Stop's about to get hit. Yeah, stopped out. So it's looking like ES is probably gonna take this high out too. So I'll stay just to see you do that, so I can feel better about myself. Oh yeah. So the market just wants to keep continuing higher. I'm not interested.